السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. كيف أصبحتم؟ أصبحنا وأصبح الملك لله والحمد لله لا شريك له، لا إله إلا هو وإليه النشور. رضينا بالله ربا وبالإسلام دينا وبسيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم نبيا ورسولا. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. Welcome to the 14th day of Ramadan. It's a valuable month, it's a blessed month, it's let's say a blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He gave us this month to fast, to make the Taraweeh, to have good relations with each others, to feel with each others. But before I come to my subject, it will be about the Quran. You know, yesterday the experiment did not do very well. I admit that it did not work very well. I'll try it twice with two different strings, with a different type of string. I tried it maybe 10 minutes ago. It worked. I'll try to try it another time. Inshallah, it will work. I am sorry for yesterday, so I'll try to use this string. You know, the one which I used yesterday was yarn and maybe the type of the string. But let me try now a different type of string to see. You know that the freezing point of water is the water will freeze at 0 Celsius or 32 Fahrenheit when we add the salt. Adding the salt to the water will lower the freezing point. So the freezing point, or the same as melting point of water, it will be less than 0 Celsius and less than 32 Fahrenheit. And when we add also salt to the water, the boiling point will be higher. So the boiling point will be higher, and the freezing point will be that. This is the one which I used yesterday, and I will try to use it. Inshallah, it will work. So let's see this. It didn't work. I see let's try another one. I see the salt is going down. I don't know why. Maybe if we try this way. I'm sure that some of you tried it at home, and I hope it worked. If it did not work, I tried it just 10 minutes ago here in the bathroom. It worked. You'll see this. Why? Subhanallah, it was working 10 minutes ago. Okay, I'll wait a little bit for this. Our subject will be the Quran, and as we said that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the ayat of Ramadan, He said شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبينات من الهدى والفرقان. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed this Quran in the month of Ramadan, in order that we will take care of Quran more in the month of Ramadan. The month of Ramadan is the month in which we recite the Quran in the day and in the night. We always say, Allahumma ja'al al-Quran rabi'a qulubina. Ya Allah, make the Quran as the spring. You know, the spring is a nice season because you have flowers, you have plants going, you have, it is working now. You see the barakah of the Quran, alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. So we were able to raise two of the ice cube by adding salt. When you add the salt to the water, it will lower the freezing point of khalas, alhamdulillah, we will come back to the Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبينات من الهدى والفرقان. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed this month, this Quran, in this month to be a guidance for mankind. And the second verse in the second chapter in Surah Al-Baqarah, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ, that is the book. لا ريب فيه, there is no doubt in this book. هُدًى لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. So this book has a guidance to the people who has taqwa. So if you want to increase your iman, your faith, your taqwa, your fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it has to be a lot of things, but one major thing is the Quran. One major thing is reciting the Quran, knowing what are the ahkam of the Quran, implementing the Quran in our life. The Sahaba used to go to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and take one verse, and they say, Ya Rasulullah, we will go practice, we will go implement this verse in our life, then we will come back to learn another verse. So it wasn't the purpose that you just memorize the Quran. We love to recite the Quran, we love to memorize the Quran, there is a huge hasanat, but do not make the Quran as evidence against you when you memorize it and you do not implement in your life. So it will be, let's say, an evidence to help you, to support you, to be shafi' for you when you recite the Quran and when you implement the Quran in your life, when you follow the orders of the Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran, كتاب أنزلناه إليك يا Muhammad. This book, the Quran, is a book which we reveal to you. لتخرج الناس من الظلمات إلى النور. To let people go out of the darkness to the lightness, out of the do not know what to do to a straight path, out of no fairness to a fairness between people. So the Quran has the nur, has the light, and the Quran is closing the darkness, is closing all the bad things and opening the good things. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala promised to reserve the Quran. إِنَّا نَحْنُ نَزَّلْنَا الذِّكْرَ وَإِنَّا لَهُ لَحَافِظُونَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala promised to save this Quran. And you can see some people trying to burn the Quran. Okay, go. Well, what can you do? Just in Birmingham, we have at least 20 persons who memorize the Quran. I visited one of the schools. In one high school, they have, I think it was 24 students who memorized the Quran. In the schools of Somali people, each school has 50 to 60 student memorizing the Quran. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala promised to save this Quran. When you recite one harf, you will get 10 hasanat. And Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, لا أقول ألف لام ميم حرف بل أقول ألف حرف لام حرف ميم حرف. It's not the word, it's one letter. So ألف لام ميم, it is 10 hasanat for the letter A, و 10 hasanat for the letter L, and 10 hasanat for letter M. So if you just say ألف لام ميم, you will get 30 hasana, directly 30 hasana. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala multiplied. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala multiplied. So do not hesitate in this month. And the hasanat are multiplied. Do not hesitate in giving a huge time from the day to the Quran, to reciting the Quran, memorizing the Quran, knowing it, recite it in khushu', recite the Quran in tadabbur, recite the Quran that you are reading the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that you are reading your constitution, that you are reading the guidance from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to all mankind. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed the Torah. Then after the Torah, the Bible, the Injil. And after that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala replaced all and Suhuf Musa, all the books which were before Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, all of them were replaced by this book, the Quran. So the Quran has the final message from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to mankind. And after this message, the messages from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala stop. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the best among you is the person who either learn the Quran or teach the Quran. Learn the Quran or teach the Quran. إن الله يرفع بهذا القرآن أقواما ويضع به آخرون. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will raise the status in the dunya and in the akhirah for some people who take care of the Quran, and some people their status will be lowered if they do not take care of the Quran. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, اقرأوا القرآن فإنه يأتي يوم القيامة شفيعا لأصحابه. The Quran will come in the day of judgment and will be shafi' for you. And there is hadith specifically about two surahs, Al-Baqarah wa Ali Imran. Al-Baqarah wa Ali Imran, they have a nickname Al-Zahrawan. And they will come in the day of judgment and they will say, Ya Allah, we ask you to let this person enter the Jannah. So it's important for us to read the Quran. It's important for us to memorize the Quran and to know the ahkam of the Quran. There is some ayat, I think ayat 31, 32, and maybe 33 and 30 also, and 29 from Surah Fatir. These ayat are great ayat. I recommend to everybody to read this ayat from Surah Fatir. Surah Fatir, Juzuk 22. The surah has number 35, surah number 35. And the verses 31, 32, I will recite it now. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والذي أوحينا إليك من الكتاب. This kitab, this book, this Quran, this Furqan, it's wahi. It's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed this Quran to you, Ya Muhammad. والذي أوحينا إليك من الكتاب. هو الحق. It is the truth. مصدقا لما بين يديه إن الله بعباده لخبير بصير. This book came from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to confirm the books before that, which is At-Torah and Al-Injil. And what we have revealed to you, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, of the book is very truth. And your followers must confirming that which was revealed before it. Verily Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala indeed al-aware and all the seer of his I don't see this word. It is seer, basir, all seer. The other verse, and I need everybody to concentrate on this huge verse. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ثم أورثنا الكتاب الذين اصطفينا من عبادنا. You know the inheritance when someone die, the people behind him, his family, they will be inheriting whatsoever he has. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala used the word أورثنا, which means the people of Ummat Muhammad, they inherit this book. So every single person who says La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, you have to think that I have amana. I inherited the Quran from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It came to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Prophet Muhammad ﷺ passed it to the Sahaba passed it to the Tabi'een after them, then the Tabi'een passed it to the generation after generation, until it came to us. ثم أورثنا الكتاب الذين اصطفينا, which we have selected. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala selected, and I was reading Tafsir Ibn Kathir. I don't know other tafsir, but just maybe 10 minutes I was reading Tafsir Ibn Kathir. Tafsir Ibn Kathir said the people who were selected are all Ummat Muhammad. All the Ummat Muhammad, it's as a hadith or Ra'i Ibn Abbas. So Ibn Abbas, and it was let's say documented in Tafsir al-Quran, Tafsir Ibn Kathir, that ثم أورثنا الكتاب الذين اصطفينا من عبادنا, our people are Ummat Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Now, Ummat Muhammad will be split into three groups. Group number one, who take care of the Quran, of the Islam, of everything, and follow it, and do not break the rule with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Group number two, the people who sometimes break the rules and do not take care of their ibadat, but sometimes they return back. And the group number three, they are zalim li nafsih. They oppress themselves. They do not take care of the Quran. They do not take care of the ibadat. ثم أورثنا الكتاب الذين اصطفينا من عبادنا. فمنهم, the first one, فمنهم ظالم لنفسه. The first one are the people who oppress themselves. ومنهم مقتصد. It's half and half. مقتصد, it's half and half. Not very, let's say, doing very good, not doing very bad. It's in the middle. So فمنهم ظالم لنفسه ومنهم مقتصد ومنهم سابق بالخيرات. منهم, they are doing a lot of things. They are doing a lot of great things. They doing sadaqat. They doing the Quran. They are good with people. They are nice with people. They speak in a good word. They make qiyam al-layl. They make tarawih. They are fasting. They are doing everything good. These are the people they called سابق بالخيرات. They يعني do everything good. سابق بالخيرات بإذن الله. ذلك هو الفضل الكبير. Now, the three groups will enter the Jannah. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah that even if you do not do all your duties very perfect, you will enter the Jannah. So inshallah, every single person says La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah will enter the Jannah. And Allah, the verse directly after that said, جنات عدن يدخلونها. It's جنات عدن. It's named عدن. They will enter the Jannah. يحلون فيها من أساور من ذهب ولؤلؤا. They will wear the gold. Even the men will wear the gold. ولباسهم فيها حرير. And they will wear the silver. You know, men in our ummah, they are not. We as men, we are not allowed to wear gold or silver or silk. But in the Jannah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala specified that we as men, we can wear the gold in the Jannah, and we can wear the silk in the Jannah. Now, the three groups of people, the highest group, سابق بالخيرات, the سابق بالخيرات, they will enter the Jannah without any question. Just when it is time to enter the Jannah, these people, they go directly, they know their places in the Jannah, they go directly to the Jannah without any questioning. The second group of people, al-muqtasid, they will enter the Jannah by the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And for all of these people, it is important for them to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the day of judgment, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will ask you, do you want to enter the Jannah by your deeds or by my mercy? Your answer has to be, Ya Allah, I want to enter the Jannah by your mercy, because no one can enter the Jannah by his deeds. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala His mercy to be a supporter to us in order that to enter the Jannah. Now, the people who oppress themselves, the people who cross the line with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they did not follow the rules of Islam, they will have some type of punishment in the day of judgment. Then there will be intercession by Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, shafa'at Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, for the third group who oppress themselves, for al-zalim li nafsa. We need shafa'at Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That's the reason why we always have to make as-salah al-Ibrahimiyya. We have to follow the Sunnah of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We have to follow the hadith of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in order that, and we ask Allah, Ya Allah, please let Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam be our shafi' يوم القيامة. نسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى أن يفقهنا في ديننا. نسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى أن يجعلنا جميعا مما يدخلون الجنة. ونسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى اللهم اجعل القرآن الكريم ربيع قلوبنا وجلاء همومنا وارزقنا تلاوته آناء الليل وأطراف النهار. اللهم علمنا منه ما جهلنا وذكرنا منه ما نسينا. اللهم اجعلنا ممن يقرأ القرآن فيرقى ولا تجعلنا ممن يقرأ القرآن فيذل ويشقى. There is something just I want before I finish for the non-Arabic speaker who try to learn the Quran, who try to read the Quran. If I am, for example, I am non-Arab and I am like a lot of our students and a lot of our parents who are trying to learn the Arabic now, in order that they will read the Quran. So if suppose I will read this way, جنات عدن يدخلون. If you read this way, your ajr will be double. Imagine the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That من يقرأ القرآن, الماهر في القرآن, if you recite Quran perfectly, you will be with السفر الكرام البررة, with the prophets, with the angels and so on. Now, reciting the Quran while you have difficulty, it will be double ajr. It will be multiplied twice. One ajr for reciting, for getting 10 hasanat for each letter, and the other ajr is the difficulty while you are reciting the Quran. So if someone read this way, let's say Jannatu فيها, it has 3 letters, no 4, because the noon has shaddat considered inshallah 4 letters. So even 5, the alif. So if I say Adn, let's say Adn, it's easy, it's 3 letters. Adn 3 letters, I say Adn. It is, if I recite it, it will be 30 hasana. If a person who has difficulty in reciting it, it will be 2, it will be multiplied by 2, it will be 60 hasana. So if you are a person who not native Arabic and you want to learn the Quran, be sure that when you learn the Quran, your ajr will be twice. It will be multiplied by 2 because there is difficulty in reciting the Quran. نسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى أن يفقهنا في ديننا. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر.